Hi, my name is Chef Galen, and I am a certified holistic nutritionist as well as a dietary health coach. And today on our episode, I am going to be talking about Kefir Complete and where the heck does it come from. All right, so stay tuned, watch it to the end. I also encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. If you find value in this, please go ahead and share it, like it, and if you want more information, go ahead and jump on our website, kefircomplete.com, all right? Now, I get this question all the time, Galen, where the heck does kefir come from? I mean, where is it? Now, if you are familiar with kefir, you might have seen it in the grocery store, but there's literally two different kinds of kefir. There's grocery store kefir, which is more like a yogurt that has 5 probiotics, and then there is homemade kefir that we actually do here in our restaurant as well as our warehouse, and we ship it out. And this is actually made with live kefir grains, okay, which has 70 plus probiotics in it, all organic. So it's extremely powerful because it doesn't go through a pasteurization process, which actually kills the probiotics, all right? So what it is it looks like cauliflower, but it has the consistency of gummy bears. It's very interesting. And it is located in the Caucasus Mountains, all right? So there's amazing benefits of kefir, and the Caucasus Mountains are actually located in Russia. And I have a lot of friends who are Russian that were telling me when they were growing up, before they could even go out to the playground, they had to drink their kefir. It's pretty amazing because they have socialized medicine there. They wanted to make sure everyone stayed healthy and fit, and it builds your immune system. If you deal with any kind of allergies or depression, it gives you clarity of mind, helps you sleep at night, and it's also very healing. So all of our foods that we make here in the restaurant are actually made with kefir that have live kefir grains in them, okay? So I wrote a book called The Complete Kefir Guide to Health, Weight Loss, and Beauty. Yes, it's actually anti-aging, and that's pretty amazing too. If you saw me about 5 years ago, I looked completely different. And because it's a detox, you definitely lose that weight, and because the average person carries up to 30 pounds of toxins in their intestines, it detoxes your body out. So that's another great benefit about kefir, because when you have that excess weight, it really does pull down on your day-to-day life of really just getting up and doing what you want to do, all right? So I'm going to read to you actually what I have written in my book, the story about kefir. This is a great photo right here of the Caucasus Mountains of where kefir came from. And also too, a lot of people talk about kefir in the Bible because it talks about manna, and a lot of times I have clients that are like, yeah, I heard that manna in the Bible was kefir. It's one of those grains that always has been. Now, you can kill your kefir grains. That's why we ship our kefir milk to you, and we go ahead and ferment them for you. And it is 99% lactose free. So if you're lactose intolerant like I am, or you suffer from celiac disease, it is perfect for you because it's 99% lactose free, and it builds up the lactose in your body, so you're already able to build muscle mass. And if you're celiac, then what it does is it will heal your body because that's all in your digestive tract, especially if you have leaky gut or something like that. So anyway, I've been healed. I'm grateful. I mean, it's really transformed my life. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead on the story of kefir. Okay, the grains of the prophet were jealously guarded, okay, for centuries in the Caucasus region. In that region, there is a legend that the Prophet Muhammad gave these grains to the Orthodox people and taught them all the miracles of kefir. And it's funny because my clients call it, can you send me the miracle vials of kefir? Okay, it's so funny. These people accepted the gift and regarded it as part of their tribe's treasure. The secret of kefir was passed on from generation to generation without sharing it with anyone else. They were like, no, we're not going to share our kefir. We don't want people to know how magical this is. But they could not stop the stories and tales of this unusual healing beverage, which was believed to have some magic in it. This magic drink kept these people alive and healthy for 120 to 150 years. I mean, that's like pretty magical. Okay, even Marco Polo mentioned this magical drink in his chronicles. However, there was not a lot of interest for it until the word spread of the power that it actually treats tuberculosis and digestive disorders, all right? So once people were like, oh wow, this is literally like a miracle drink, like I want it, how do I get my hands on it? all right? Russian doctors were the first ones to turn these stories into science. They published the first scientific study about kefir at the end of the 19th century. They were determined to obtain the secret of this miraculous beverage. So I'll tell you what, they were very smart to know that this is something that actually heals you, and it's a natural healing. And I believe food is medicine, and kefir is a food. And it's just that it's like, it blows me away. I mean, So they were determined to obtain the secret of this miraculous beverage, but that was not an easy task. The secret of the grains were not something the locals wanted to share. The commercial production was not possible. They were like, this is ours. We've seen great results. We don't want to share it. They contacted the two brothers called Bandelovo. The Bandelovs were the owners of the Moscow dairy. So they had all the dairy farms in the area, and they had a lot of holdings in the Caucasus region, all right? Nikolai Blanado decided to help with this mission. He sent a young girl named Irina to get the grains from the local prince Belmezak. Although fascinated with her beauty, the prince refused to give her the sacred grains. He was like, you're all that, girl, but listen, we're not going to give you these grains. Disappointed, Irina and her party went, and they just went home. They were like, all right, forget it. But the story doesn't end there. The Prince Mirza was in love with beautiful Irina and did not want to let her go. Irina was stopped on her way back home by the locals, who took her back to the prince. She was told that she was to marry Prince Mirza according to the local traditions. It was a daring rescue mission that prevented this forced marriage. So it ended up being a forced marriage. The prince was taken to the Tsar, who ruled the prince must give 10 pounds of kefir to Irina in order to because he was very insulting to her. So this was his way of saying, you know, I love you. I know your family, your region wants these kefir grains, and so I'm going to give you 10 pounds. And apparently that brought them back together. It's a very happy girl. Okay. And so it began. Kefir was discovered. And so it's a very interesting story. It's actually like a love story, you know, how kefir was actually discovered. And then from there, in Irina and her area in the mountains, they just started spreading it and spreading it. And she was able to get 10 pounds of kefir, and that's actually a lot of kefir. But what it does is it keeps growing and growing and growing. And so that's why the kefir that you kind of see all over the place is a batch that actually started in the Caucasus Mountains that just keeps growing. All right. So I know this is kind of a little different of a video of kefir, but I really just wanted to share where it came from. You know, I'm excited to take a trip over there. I'd love to go over to the mountains and just really be in the region where they actually everyone drinks kefir. I'm really excited about it. In my book, I have over 60 recipes and beauty recipes of kefir. Here at the restaurant, we have our acorn flour being flown in from Italy, and it's an organic ancient wheat flour, and that has never been touched by anything processed. It's an amazing farm, and we actually grind it here, all of our grains here, and we ferment it with the kefir, so it makes it virtually gluten-free, 99% gluten-free. And it also eats the sugars out of the grain, and it detoxes your body. It's literally the only bread that will actually detox your body. So if you're a foodie like I am and you enjoy your breads, then I would go ahead and enjoy an acorn wheat flour, especially if it's fermented with the kefir. But anyway, I'd love to go over there, kind of check it out, see how everybody is, get some more recipes. But I love you guys, and I really just want you all to know that there's a natural way of healing, and I am here for you to help you in any way I can. If you have any questions, go ahead, call, email, text, come by the restaurant, all right? We ship all over the country. Today, we literally have cases going out to Boston, Raleigh, Seattle, Miami, and our last case that we just sent out was over to DC. So we're We're all over the place, okay? And but we love you guys like crazy. If you have any questions, really just go ahead and leave a comment underneath. Or if you want to share a testimony of how kefir has really changed you, or maybe some parables that you've heard about kefir, or maybe where it really does come from, or a little twist on the story, that would be great. All right, I love you all. Go ahead and subscribe. Jump on my YouTube or my website if you have any questions, kefircomplete.com, and there's more resources over there to help you guide yourself into a place of healing. All right, have a great day.